whole story. Play along, he sees for no back. Might not ever. 10 years now standing vacant, 10 years on empty, maybe more. Once held the faith of hundreds, soon one more cell phone store. For years they gathered here inside the building, sounding true to sing their praises to a God that gave them hope to carry on, to carry through. So I've been thinking about that. Sometimes go slow when I drive by. How a home of stone and a house so holy grows so empty over time. What gave those people purpose? Past death approaching constantly, now left to crumble slowly, now left to wither with the weeds, now left to ice and vandals. The advent candles, long since gone. The old foundation shifting hard, the concrete overgrown, but never spent a lot on finding a remedy. I guess I figured that it hurt for a reason. I guess that's why I've always turned to writing it down. Not just in stories, but the letters in between. And I guess that's why it haunts the pages of everything. To self-examine, I think the thing is that I shut off from everything, from friends and family and my own ambitions. From having fun, I just shut off from everything. Self-defeating, yeah, probably, but I don't know that I had total control over it. And I'm not sure it even matters why. Sometimes things happen and you can't do anything. Plus I'm the only one who deals with it anyway. So if everyone such a funny thing, always moving to the future, glorifying the past and amplifying the pain in frames of glass. So was our touch half as sacred as I've made it seem, or just another fabrication of a half-dream? Just those chemicals, the adolescent love, just us trying to grasp onto meaning, onto a purpose, onto a sense that something spiritual releases when the feeling hits. And when the feeling hits, and in that moment, sparks in our play a slipping melody, the fog and fantasy. And in that moment, there's an honesty, instinctive and pure, but it's a parsley and cake, rapid and very no more than fleeting ecstasy of natural harmony. They hear the notes being played and try to sing along. Don't be ashamed, be free to the feeling. Don't be ashamed, get buried. But find it, a body that makes sense. I felt it. Third time writing you a letter, getting darker. I'm getting worse and worse. I had a reason for the writing, but trying to exercise my demons didn't work. To try to rid me of the worry and to purge you out of wonder for the future and the hurt. I wrote a poem. I'm increasingly aware I've been painting things in gray. I'm increasingly alarmed by the pain. I'm increasingly alive to every cloud up in the sky. I'm increasingly afraid it's gonna rain. See, lately I've hated me for overplaying pain, for always pointing fingers out at everyone but who in fact is guilty, and for picking at my scabs like they could never break, but they can and they will, and I'll spill like a leak in the basement. I'm drunk in the night choir, just slur all those words to make day beat that sweet old refrain, self-inflicting my pain. And therein lies the real shame. I heard when they were picking through the rubble, finding lips they say hymns, but not one of what I sing. The word, wonder, the shortness of days, the replacement, the purpose, the things swept away by the worry, the wonder, the slightness of frame, the replacements for feeling, the casual day, and the worst of the wildlife wears clothes and can pray, and the worry, the wonder, 3 meals a day, only death unimpeded, not slowing its pace, brings that petty old worry and wonder away. Another shooting on the southeast side. This is drive-by midday outside of the bus stop. My Fuller and Franklin are near there, not far from the park, about a block from where the other the crowd poured out as the shots drowned into siren sounds out of their houses now and over front yards, all the way up to the place where the police tape ran to mark the crime scene. Everybody trying to catch a glimpse of what was happening, of what was going on between the ambulance and all the cop cars. Everybody gossiping, whose kid got hit, where did hit him, and who could have fired it. Everybody wondering, how did it happen again, and is he dead? These children are kids. Everybody wondering how far they were from where the victims live, and I visit them, their houses. Inside my dream I visit them, my spirit soaring high and high up over King Park, leaves the crime scene, travels further back till far before the shooting. Through their windows to their living rooms, I see them younger this time, playing games and doing homework. All these marks of youth soon transform coldly into stone for fights and stupid feuds, for ruins wrapped in gold. And cruelly I recall why I have come to find the reason, but there cannot be a reason. Not for death, not like this, not like this. 3 days later, they made funeral plans. The family. 3 days later, a mother had to bury her son. Not far away, the shooter holed up in a hotel near to the highway with a friend and the gun. That same mine. Nobody flinch. Later I came by and backed into the driveway. Got out to find him waiting there to lead me through the side yard to back behind the house where the door frame stood empty and helped me keep it steady while I hammered all the pins in. Later on the porch, we somehow got to talking. He told me of the house and how his son is schizophrenic, so they purchased it for him. The medication working, and they figured it would help him fit it, help him lead a normal life. But the pills made him sleep too much, and he couldn't keep a job as a result. So one day he just gave up on taking them, and that day she had called you, he locked her outside of the house. How quickly did you get there? And what were you thinking while walking up? What fears flashed in front of you, taunted you, walking to unlock the door? I remember it, that story you told me came back clear tonight, here while writing. And you should know the feeling never left me, the weight of my heart when you showed me the scars on your arms. When I looked in your eyes and I heard what you'd said, how you'd probably would have died, were it not for to care for your daughter and wife. How we drove in the night, still your son. How you seemed to look through me to some old projector screen, playing back the scene as you described it on a movie reel, as real as the minute when it happened. That memory moving behind me, that moment that changed you for good. And he drove to the house and pulled into the driveway, got out to his wife, waiting frantic. She come by the check, found that pillbox was empty, went out to the pharmacy to fill up his prescription, and came back to a locked door and could not get back in. She knocked and she knocked, but he wasn't responding. You put the key into the lock and turned it, felt the bolt slide away, slowly opened, went into the hall. The sun held the knife, standing off in the shadows, lunged forward and tackled him, stabbing him over and over and breaking that window. He fled up the staircase, the ambulance came, stitched and filled him with blood, while the cops took his son with his wires so tangled. here goes, one last letter now, one last attempt to make sense. Who have I been writing to? I'm not sure anymore. What have I been trying to accomplish? It's a mystery, I guess, self-made secrecy. Things get cloudy and now all these stories and the struggle as an undercurrent both get blurry by the minute, both get blurrier. So which voice is this then that I am writing in? Is it my own or his? Has there ever been a difference between them at all? I don't know. I don't know. One less desperate plea, one less verse to sing, one less laugh track to accompany the comedy. Have I been losing it completely, losing sanity? Or has it been fabricated, fashioned by the worst of me? I know I knocked the table over because I watched the jar break, and I've been trying to repair it every single stupid day. But won't the cracks still show? No matter how well it's assembled, can I ever just decide to let it die and let you go? All my motives and every single narrative below reflects that moment when it broke. flower on the back of its dress. It's probably best to forget it. It's probably best to let go. I painted